Oh yeah, the name of this, it's only a nickname, obviously, when they call it Smurf poo, but it's actually polishing compound in a block, and you can get blue ones, which is why they call it Smurf poo, or you can get white ones. It's all the same stuff really. I think one is a slight grittier one than the other one. Oh, and also you're going to need to get yourself one of these, a heavy duty staple gun. You'll see why in a bit. Okay, so we've had it in the water now for quite a while. If you just turn it flat, the water stops running off it. We just make sure we find which edge we wanted to use. That one. Okay, just take that off there. Now we're going to put it on slightly over. Remember the marks, the pen mark that I made? Line them up again. Right, so the first thing we've got to do is hold it down there and then start pulling it in. Now the leather's going to change shape as you're squeezing it in because it doesn't want to go, but that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be convincing the leather that it does want to go. So push it in there. It'll all become clear as to why you need that extra leather there and not right up against it. So we're going to put that in there first. We're going to hold it and then we're going to take the stapler and we're going to put one staple in there on the edge, but we're not going to put it right up against it. We're going to put it near the edge. Now if yours is anything like mine and it's a bit rubbish, it'll make a bad job of it, which is another reason why you don't want to put it close to it. Right, so all it does is it just holds it there while you go and do all the other bits and bobs. So pull the other side in as well. Get your staple gun again. Okay, so now you can let go of that now. So the thing is, if you start doing this now, it starts doing that with the corners, doesn't it? I don't know if you can see that. Let me drop that down. There we go. There you go. Move you in a bit. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Yeah, okay. So as you're starting to pull it in at the back, you start getting these corner bits and that, and that's not very good, is it? Now I'm going to put an extra staple in that because that wasn't a very good one. No, that one's not very good either. Don't know what's wrong with my staple gun these days, but it'll hold it. Okay, what we're going to do now is take a pair of scissors and we're going to cut off some of the excess leather. Now be careful you don't cut too much off. This is what I meant when I said you're going to end up losing leather. However, you could use a size like that for stitching a pattern or something, or a label. I mean, you have to consider that because it's expensive stuff, as we've already discussed. So I'm going to cut it all off. Well, not all of it, but a lot of this excess we're cutting off because it's just getting in the way and making the job even harder. Right, so that's another piece off. As you start doing each step, you start noticing that it starts getting easier and easier to actually do what you're trying to do. Right, so now the sharper the scissors or shears, if you're in America, the sharper they are, the better time you're going to have. So we're going to pull this in, and where it bends like that and you've got to cut a thick corner, we're going to cut what they call an arrow right into it, and then one on the other side as well. Now I sometimes find that difficult, so I very carefully get my sharp knife and cut one in. Yeah, just little arrow points. That's all they are. And get rid of that. And then we're going to do that all the way wherever we get something like that happening. See, if you push in now, you can see it's starting to round off. See if I can zoom in a bit. Yeah, it's starting to round off more. You see, it's starting to round off more, which it wouldn't do before. And then now, it does not tell you that you have to do this all the way along, but I find it really does help. The guy who I learnt it from, he used to just do it wherever he wanted it, wherever he felt he needed it. But me, I've always felt it really helps if you do it all the way across, like shark's teeth. It can take a while to do this, so you know, have some patience. Do not go too far in. You still need to be able to, when that's up there, you still need to be able to fold that in. If you go too far in, you end up with not enough material left for your border. So hold it in with your thumb and only go about halfway in. But the more of these you put on, the more it starts bending to where you want to go. Woo! And not easy work, that. Okay, and once you start feeling it starting to give, that's when you want to get your, let me just pull out a bit. Once you start feeling it wanting to give and go where it's told, that's when you want to get your top piece, put it over it, and very gently start pressing down. Very gently. Now get a couple of your grips, your quick grips, and put one there, and one there, and one, flipping heck. On there. I don't know if you can see this. Let me pull this all the way out. Let me readjust this. There you go. See how I'm putting them all on? So put one on here, one on the other side, one on here, and I'm going to put one on here, and we're doing it very gently to start with. You're not forcing it down, and as a matter of fact, you're never going to force it down. Right. Now I'm going to put that one on upside down. Okay, so what we're going to do now is going to start, I can see that you're having a tough time seeing me there, aren't you? Okay, so we've got one here, one here, one here, and one here, and we're going to very slowly start gripping each one. And that's all we're going to do. Now, every now and again, look along the edge and the side bits and see if it's starting to twist or anything, and if it is, grab hold of the leather, even if you have to get a pair of pliers on it, and just pull it out flatter, and just keep checking that. And just keep doing it until it goes as far down as you can do it. Oh, fucking hell. One of my clamps just came off. you can feel them squeezing down, but they're not easy. And I'm keeping an eye on it around the edges, make sure it's not all twisting over itself. If it is, relax it a bit, relax the grips a bit, get a pair of pliers or your fingers or whatever you can and get hold of it and pull it and try and straighten it out as best you can. Now something that you'll notice happening is this top bit keeps rising up, so all you got to do is flatten it down a bit, get some weight and put the weight on it. Now you're only gonna leave that weight on it for a few hours maybe. Don't leave it on the whole time of the drying, just leave it on for a few hours. Set a timer or something, come back, take it off, see if it's staying where it should be. If it isn't, leave it on a bit longer, but once it's staying where it should be, just leave it to dry. Oh, still tightening them. Oh, yes. So these end ones are as tight as they're going to get now, these yellow ones. But the blue ones, let me there you go. I think you can see me again now. Right, so blue ones are at the top end. And they're still going down a little bit, those. These ones feel like they're already as far as they're going to go. Right, so can you see what we've got now? You see the shape starting to take shape there. So I'm just going to leave this weight on there. Like I said, see if we can't get that to go how it's supposed to go. Don't worry too much about that top edge. Don't worry too much about it. As long as you've got a little bit of weight on it for a few hours, just until it stays where it's supposed to go, then all should be okay. And you'll notice by now that it started curving down on the edge. So you can see the wood there, can't you? Yeah, that's a good feature. That I like that. I've got a weight somewhere that'll do the job. Okay, now that weighted bean bag I've got there, it wasn't doing very well, so I'm going to put a piece of leather, the same leather, on the top. I'm going to put a little weight on the top. The reason I put leather on it is because sometimes the weights get a little bit rusty on them and you don't want that coming off on the leather. So I've just cut a scrap piece of leather, put it on there. Yeah, we'll leave it for a couple of hours now, and then I'll come out and check this bit here. You see the scrap piece of leather there? Sit the anvil on it upside down. Yeah, that'll do. Everything seems tight. Can you see the shape before I stop? It's getting the shape of your pouch in it. Okay, put that back on there. Put that back on there and stop mucking about with it. We'll leave it at that for a little bit now, and then we'll come back in a bit and check that out.